Where did I put my time? Do you know that? Like, there's no time. You just lost track of time. And you feel like that is something that's happening all of the time for you. So you really don't know uh, when to have time to write that book that you really do want to write. Um, I'm gonna help you. We are gonna go through a time audit today and how that is going to help you. It is also the 26th of September, meaning it's the 26th day of the 30-day content challenge. If you want to participate in that, remember to post in the comments what you've posted on your social media today, where you posted it, and send an email with the link to me. The email is in the comments, or no, it's in the description. Um, okay, so time audit. What is a time audit? A time audit is a way for you to get a better understanding of how you use your time and where you can find the time that you need to get started on your book, or keep working, or take it out of the drawer and continue working on it. Um, we have this tendency to feel like there is no time. I don't have time for this, I don't have time for that. And what a time audit does is it makes you very aware how you use your time, basically, and where you can take time out to focus on the project you want. So the first thing you want to do is find a timetable. You can do one on your own. You can use your calendar on your phone, or you can write a calendar out, or a paper calendar, whatever you want. You want a calendar, and you want it at least into a half an hour segments, and even quarterly segments would be better. So for the next week, you use this. Everything you do, and I do mean everything: brushing your teeth, laying in bed, watching Netflix, working, writing on your book if you already started, everything you do, family time, like everything. And even be specific. It's not just family time, it's I did this. Or when you're working, if you're working for yourself, it's also going into more depth with what is the tasks that you're working on, what Netflix series are you watching, all of these things. Like, be very specific in what it is that you're doing. And don't worry, I know it's time consuming, but do it just for a week. Because when you're then through this week, what you will have is a detailed overview of, well, yeah, how you spend your time. And I also encourage you to remember to do it on a continuous basis throughout the day. Don't think that I will remember this tonight. I'll remember what I did all day, so I'll just do this tonight. Because try and remember what you did all day up until now, and see how much you remember. And it doesn't get easier with time. So as as often as possible, write down what you've been doing throughout the day. Then when you're done with the week, what you do is you look at that, and then you take two markers. I wish I had markers, but I do have colors. So let's say that you have a pink and a yellow. So you take the yellow one and you say, this is the things that I could. Um, I'm just gonna take another color. I'm gonna take a green one as well. Okay, so the green ones are things that you absolutely uh, need to do. So these are things that are non-negotiables in your calendar right now. So that would be um, going to work, or the specific work tasks that has to be done. It would be dinner with the family, for example. It depends. That's I can't say that it's one or the other, because that's up to you. I can't let you know what's important in your life, right? But the green one, or whatever color you choose, is the this I do need to do. There's nothing getting around this. Then there's the yellow ones, those are the ones that are okay. So these are the things that I really want to do. They're really important to me. If I don't do them, it's also okay, but I really, really want to do them. And then the pink ones are the ones that are okay, these ones are things I don't necessarily need to do. Like it's not something that I really enjoy doing, and it's like it could be, for example, spending 10 minutes scrolling through Instagram, or like something, and even something that gives you um a bad feeling. So we could even actually add a color, because everyone does this more or less. So we're adding a brown color. So you can also have things that actually put you in a bad mood. Things that you like, for example, scrolling through Instagram. A lot of people don't notice, but they compare themselves to the models of Instagram, or the perfect people who are narrating their own Instagram accounts. So they feel like they can compare. So this actually puts people in a bad mood, or in a worse mood than they were. So things that does that, it could also be watching Netflix. For me, if I watch too much television, I get the brown color out, because I know I'll get a headache, I'll get demotivated, and like all these things. So I know one max two episodes of something before I start getting a headache, and I know that my husband is gonna watch this, so I know you're gonna use this against me, babe. So yeah, they're fair enough. So no more than two episodes from now on. I'm gonna try to keep to that, because even though we're not perfect, so even though I know all of this, I can still really fall in. So, okay, so now you have these four colors. So the things that drain you from energy, the things that you don't really need to do, things you really enjoy doing, maybe even gives you energy, but you don't need to do either. So this one is kind of neutral. And this one is the have to do's. This is non negotiables. So now you have this colorful piece of paper or calendar that lets you know a little bit about how you spend your time. The reason this is interesting is that these two, at least, the ones where you're getting drained of energy and that you don't really need to do, those you can take out, remove those from your week, and then add up. And remember, by the way, remember, sleep is green. Sleep is a non-negotiable. That's really, really important. But these two, remove them. See how much time did that add up to be, and then now figure out how do you want to allocate that time. Let's say it's maybe 7 hours. So, do you want to spend those 7 hours working on your book? Do you want to spend them with your family? So, what you also get, because one is says, okay, 7 hours, that's amazing. I really want to be working on my book for those 7 hours. But another thing that you could also take into consideration here is, do you have enough time on the green one? The ones that you actually have to do. Family time would be here, for example, or the one that gives you energy, positive energy. Do you have enough of on these two already? If not, you might want to say, okay, so I spend 3 hours more a week on these two, and then the last 4 hours I spent writing my book. And I want to say this energy one could be a specific series of Netflix. If that is what gives you energy to watch an episode each day or each week or whatever, then that's fine. Just let it be a deliberate choice, and don't let it be all the time. So everything you do should be a deliberate choice in this process. So now you have done a time audit. So, and I really wanna be sure that you also hear this, that prioritize your time and your dreams. So you have a dream of publishing a book, but it takes time to write a book. So are you willing to, and where in the priorities is this for you compared to the time you have? Because it might be that this amazing book you have in you needs to wait a year or two, because then you don't have a 1 year old anymore, then you have a 2 year old. But I don't know. Wait until things ease up a little bit time wise or energy wise. It could also be, okay, I really feel like I don't have a lot of the things that gives me energy at the moment. So I want to concentrate on that for a couple of months before I then do another time audit and see if I feel like I have the energy to write the book now. Because I promise you, even though writing, publishing, marketing, selling a book can be a lot of fun and really interesting. It can also be, but well, it can be, it is a lot of hard work. It's a lot of hours writing, it's a lot of research, data collection, marketing, doing sales, and it's so interesting. But you also need to have the energy for it and the time. So if you are, and even if you're already in the middle of your book but you feel overwhelmed, try doing this time audit and figure out another point. Figure out when your energy levels are high. So a lot of people, including myself, have high energy levels in the morning. So that means that for me to do my best work, it's in the mornings. Um, so to plan my day out the best way possible, and believe me, I know when you have a job, you can't always do this. But then in the weekend, for example, if you can't do it on the weekdays, then scheduling the writing part where you need to be focused and have lots of nice and quiet, do it in the morning. Maybe even get up at 5. I get up at 5 each day, and I know it's can be annoying, but that's what I do. I also go to bed around 9. So um but getting up and getting those hours in the morning to yourself to write could be a great idea. And then take the things that maybe also give you more energy, but also maybe it could be meetings, for example, where you don't need that specific concentration. Put them after lunch. So really figure out where is your energy and look at your time audit. When you've done that, how is it based now? Then look at what your plan is. You do a plan for, or a calendar for, what should the tasks be? How should everything be plotted in your new calendar? And then when you've done that when you've worked with the new calendar for a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, look through it again, see, am I actually doing this? What you could do is like running the updated so that you have your base, that new calendar you made, and then you also do a running audit where you're saying you could do it by writing everything in, but you could also just spend or take a pen if you're doing it on paper and say, okay, I did this in the amount of time here, I spent this much time, so that you get things, so I get an idea if you've done this correctly. We're always, most of the time, really optimistic when we're planning. So that's a good idea. But remember, a plan is only a plan, and I have yet to see a plan that stuck. A perfect plan. It's there to get changed, to be honest. So make sure that it fits into your life, because if it doesn't, it's going to be too much of a struggle. Um, yeah. So I would love to hear about your time audits. How did it go? Was it interesting? Let me know in the comments. And then remember, have fun and get shit done. Bye.